Welcome to Accelerate My Practice. So glad you could join me here today. Today I want to have a special guest join me to talk about continuing education. He's a good friend of mine, a dentist, Dr. James Duncan, Jimmy I like to call him, down out of Corpus Christi, Texas, has lived a long career of dentistry, has survived hurricanes, floods, you name it, because the hurricane hit just this year in his office. So he's got a pretty amazing story to tell, and then I want to weave this ultimately into a conversation about continuing education. So Dr. Duncan, I really want to first just thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us, to be a part of our TV show, and I hope you didn't tell any of your employees, so if you do get to watch this live, all of a sudden they're like, hey, look, you're a star.
No, well, thank you very much for having me, Darren. No, I did not tell my staff. I didn't let them know that I'm here working at the office, or else they would be bugging me.
Asking for help, we'll phrase that as.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your story, your dental experience, your career, your path, all those sorts of things, if you could.
Well, Darren, I've been in dentistry for 22 years now. I just opened up a new practice, or moved down the street and opened up a whole new practice 6 years ago. In our community, you said Corpus Christi, we're in the Corpus Christi surrounding area. I'm actually in the town of Portland, a smaller town just on the outside of it. And the county, this area is just absolutely booming. We're growing leaps and bounds. We've had a few dentists in the area that got run off because of the hurricane. We've had a few retire a little sooner than they anticipated. And we've had some other guys that just through attrition decided to retire. So we're busy as all get out down here in the Coastal Bend. And so I'm busting my tail, working very hard, 5 days a week. Life is good, and I'm open for an associate, or ultimately looking for somebody to come in and join my practice as a business partner. So the area down here is wonderful. We get to play golf 280 days out of the year. That's because on Mondays the golf course is closed. So other than that, it's great down here in this area. The business, the economy, and the natural ecosystem down here is beautiful.
Survival of the fittest, you might call this then.
Yeah, it is. So I've been looking for an associate for a year now, or somebody to come in.
That's cool. And talk to me about the 22 years of your career. Has it always been awesome and booming? Have there been times where it's been harder and slower? I mean, what is giving you the edge over others that are in the community who maybe have not done as well?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, just the natural economy, the flow of things. We've had some downtimes through the real estate boom and the crash. The market's crashed, and we've had businesses leave the area, and we've had some unfortunate quiet times. But we've also had great growth in our community, and overall, the end product, much like the stock market, in the end, we're always up. I guess what's kept me above or kept me going is my continuing education. I continue to grow with technology mostly, because that's absolutely changing leaps and bounds in our business. And I've enjoyed growing and learning so much more in the technology of dentistry. I've also had opportunity to build a new staff and teaching them and growing with them. And that's exciting in itself.
And how open has the team been to some of the changes you've wanted to make over the course of your career? Were there times where they weren't as open? Were there times where they're just hungry and always wanting it, and something in the middle?
Yes, it's all of the above. Yeah. When something new comes up and it's very exciting, they're all on board. The whole team really gets excited and wants to grow and join with new technologies or something like this. Then there's also where you throw something new at them and it's a complete learning curve. And you get a few of them that stick their heels in the ground and dig in, but that's human nature. And once they build and grow and learn what we're doing, they always get on board. It's human nature. Change is not easy. That's the hard part.
Well, and what I'm hearing out of you is if you've had times where they were on board, not on board, I'm going to guess the differentiation between those two times is your leadership, how you've shown up, how you've inspired them, or how you've maybe even had to go so far as mandate, hey, we're doing this and here's why, here's the benefit of it.
A little of the both. Some of it is, the best part is to be out front leading. it inspires your team to join and follow along. And, some of them you got to turn around and grab the leash and drag them along and say, you're going to enjoy this, I promise. At the end, it'll be worth it. And every single time, every time we grow or make some changes, everybody really enjoys it when they see the results of it, particularly when it pertains to growing and developing the business. We always like to, work smarter, not harder. And if we can do something through the, changing simple things in our practice, daily activities and behaviors, those are the hardest ones to change. But when they see the results of it, they're always on board. They really enjoy it.
And so to the main topic that we were after today of continuing education, obviously I've been able to see you continuously learning and growing through this whole journey with us. We're I don't even know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years past our working time together or something to that effect. And yet I still see you logging in and watching these shows. So there's obviously some value in continuing education. And obviously, I hope we're continuing to put out good content that has you engaged and your team engaged such that you're still watching it. It's been 2-3 years now in total.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that relative to, what is your model relative to continuous education, and how are you engaging the team to stay engaged?
Here again, making changes, that's always difficult. But if taking and growing or continuing education is a part of your routine, you stay in the routine of it, it's easier to accomplish it. Trying to get everybody, every 2 years, say, hey, we're going to go make a change, we're going to try this, that becomes very difficult. But if your staff and the team and everybody's on board knows that, hey, weekly, these are the things we need to keep up and stay in a routine, we're going to continue building on what we already know, that becomes easier as a group. And for each individual, for them to be able to add to the team, it's not such a dramatic, once again, change for them to have to make that with continuing education. So if that's part of your routine, is knowing that you're going to be doing some continuing education and growing in the business, it becomes part of the work, and they enjoy that.
Well, I agree with you. My philosophy around my whole business and how it's designed is such that we shouldn't give you a massive amount of stuff too fast, because the confused mind just shuts down. It can't process it. Whereas if per what you're saying, if you have an attitude of constant growth and development, and we just give you one nugget at a time to work on for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the bandwidth is of that person, it gives them the ability to feel successful about it. Kind of the Dave Ramsey, how do you eliminate debt process. Create that success, create that momentum, and then success begets success begets success. And then if you just keep spoon feeding them those little bites and pieces along the way, it's incredible to see how it grows geometrically. What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.